It is the middle of the night, 2 o'clock a.m., on December 16th of 1811, in the small now ghost town of Little Prairie, modern Missouri, and the ground begins to shake. Buildings start to buckle as the very ground they stood on begins to liquefy, causing the buildings and all inside to sink into the mud. In the early 1800s, the United States was just beginning to take hold in the vast frontier of the Mississippi River Valley. New Madrid, Missouri, was established as a trading post in the late 1700s by groups of Shawnee, Delaware, Creek, and Cherokee fleeing the newly formed United States. The settlement was originally called L'Anse de la Grace, or Cove of Greece, until it was renamed New Madrid by the Spanish who controlled Louisiana Territory at the time. In 1800, the Spanish traded Louisiana back to France, which traded Louisiana to the United States after the Haitian Revolution ended French interest in the region, for a time. At the time of the earthquake in 1811, the largest towns in this region of Missouri were places like New Madrid, Cape Girardeau, and further upriver, St. Louis. However, cities like Memphis or Cairo would not be established until later. The earthquake happened around 2 o'clock a.m. on the morning of December 16, 1811, and was followed by 3 large aftershocks over the next 48 hours. The shaking was so violent it liquefied the soil, causing houses to sink in the mud. On the Mississippi, large waves formed that capsized boats and beached others, and shaking from the earthquake was felt as far as Boston, Massachusetts, where ringing church bells were heard, and chimneys were destroyed as far as Cincinnati in Ohio. New Madrid survived the first earthquake, but the town of Petite Prairie was destroyed. The town was near the epicenter, and survivors reported cracks in the ground with steam, warm water, and mud pouring out, while houses and even the mill sank into the liquefied soil, with survivors wading through the warm water to high ground, and then beginning to walk north to New Madrid. Modern Caruthersville sits near the location of Little Prairie. The second earthquake on January 23rd of 1812 at 9 a.m. did not cause the same level of devastation that the first did, but the landscape was changed nonetheless. The third earthquake of February would exceed the destruction of the first, however, and what was coming would be pure devastation. The third earthquake occurred at 3:45 a.m. on February 7th of 1812. The earthquake destroyed the town of New Madrid, with structural damage being reported as far as St. Louis, and boaters reporting that the Mississippi River's flow temporarily reversed. But modern scientists suggest this was an illusion caused by the waves that the earthquake created. The New Madrid earthquakes were the largest seismic event in U.S. history. Effects of the earthquake can still be seen even today in the region's landscape. Reelfoot Lake in Tennessee was formed by the earthquakes, and the remains of mudslides and fissures can still be found. The death toll is unknown, as it occurred in the frontier, and communication was slow or almost non-existent. However, there is still an active seismic zone in this region of Missouri. So if you live in that region of the country, sleep easy tonight. Thanks for watching.